push the desk button. No, I was supposed to push that button. I feel like I need to switch those buttons because I always get it wrong. Woo! Anyways, welcome back. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! It's a new year, and it's a new you, and it's a new Griftcast. Actually, no, it's the same old Griftcast. You know, the one that you like. Best worst show on the internet with your host, Manuel Chavez the Third or the Turd, depending on how you know him. Yep, we're back. We're back. We're black. Actually, I'm not black. I'm brown, but I got this new cool sweater that Shay got me. It's all Celtic and shit. Yeah, what up? What's up, man? I feel so powered. Me and the All-Father are gonna fuck you up. Anyways, hopefully you guys are doing very well. I'm doing pretty good. Seems like there's some shit happening in the world today. It's the first day of the year. I figured, you know what? Gotta start strong. If you're gonna do it on the first day of the year, you're gonna do it for the rest of your life. So I figured we'd do a little bit of live streaming at work. And I mean, it seems like some shit's going on today, my friends. It seems like some shit's happening. Not like normal shit like Israel, Hamas, blah, 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 Ukraine. No, actually quite different. It was a New Year's Day. And apparently there was some earthquakes. Actually, a whole lot of earthquakes that were happening simultaneously all over the planet. But no one's supposed to be alarmed or anything. I mean, I don't feel alarmed, but definitely, you know me, I like channel into the energy of the entire planet, and I can feel things happening on the other side of the world and shit like that. And that's just because I have those, extraordinary connections with the everything and the all, like I can hear what this table is saying, and it's saying clean me. I can feel what this wall is saying. Anyways, it doesn't really matter, though. Most people aren't into that sort of thing, but strangeness indeed. I've been sitting there looking at this interesting picture in my house, and I finally threw it away a couple of days ago, and it was the famous painting of the Japanese tsunami. Remember the Japanese tsunami? Like, it got ruined when we got our house flooded. And then I went and finally stuck it outside, and I guess it just might have disappeared. And then right after that, dude, all of a sudden, there's earthquakes everywhere. Earthquakes everywhere. Anyways, but yeah, that's what's happening right now. They say that 13 people have died. Several are feel trapped as 155 earthquakes hit Japan in a single day. Holy shit, that's a lot of fucking earthquakes, fam. That's a lot. 155 earthquakes in one place. Ranging from the small to the powerful. Yeah. That seems like a huge problem. And then why Japan, of all places? What's going on over there in Japan that, is making shit happen? And as you know, whenever there's an earthquake, especially in a place that is around, water, usually that will entail or curtail or involve some kind of tsunami that's going to come up. So it's like usually there's an earthquake and then there's a big tsunami somewhere and then a bunch of people die. But it's kind of weird that we're starting 2024 off like this because there was some mass shootings that happened yesterday. Apparently, some people shooting some people on New Year's Eve. And then today, it just seems that the world is angry because it wasn't just in Japan that had earthquakes. There was other places all around the spot that had earthquakes. So, very weird. But you know what? We got a couple of people in the chat, so we got to shout them out. Hello to Mr. No One Here Yet. Thank you for your eyeballs. We appreciate you being here with us this evening and all of the stuff that you say in the chat, of course. And hello to Jimmy Faze. Happy New Year, Grift Grill Master Chef Extraordinaire. Welcome. Hello, Jimmy Faze. Nice to have you with us on the new year. Always appreciated having some interesting people in our zone. Hello to Faded History. Happy New Year to you too. And thank you for being a member as well as to New One Here Yet. You members, you're the ones that keep this show alive, at least for the small little bit of time that it's around here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's up to K2QIK4U, Too Quick For You Games? Welcome back, Leroy Jenkins. Anyways, hello. And as always, hello to Virginia Olsen. Glad to have you with us. Good evening, everyone. The sun is very active. The CME and solar winds are going to hit the earth over the next 2 days. We're all going to die. Wait, no. But that's good information. Good information. Thank you, Virginia Olsen. Pleasure to have you with us. And what's up to Mr. DeWitty? Nice to have you with us, my friend. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Very nice. Very nice. So, what do we know about what's happening? Well, we only know what's being shown to us on this here internet and stuff, and I've collected a couple of things about it. It seems that, right now, the most information about it is that people have died. There was a 7.5 magnitude earthquake which hit the Ishikawa prefecture on the main island of Honshu, Japan, and it triggered tsunami waves over a meter high that toppled buildings and called a major port fire and tore apart roads. Yes, very extensive damage has happened to the mainland over in Japan, which is a big problem because we don't know if that was caused by Godzilla or something like that, the earthquake or whatever. Maybe Mothra just got born. I don't really know. It just seems kind of crazy. I mean, maybe the Northern Lights are going to be real. Oh, hello. Oh, hi, Lynchy. She's like, Daddy, I'm here. Oh, you're here? Oh, you're ready for the show? What's up, good girl? Is it time for your close-up? The luncheonator? What is that? Is that you're like, I'm hungry, Daddy, and you're screaming? What are you hungry for? You want some chicken? Yeah? You want some of them pork chops we got? I haven't made the pork chops yet, but I still got the chicken. You gonna be okay with chicken? Little chicken, you got some barbecue sauce? Maybe. I bought some more of the tacos that we made. Like the taco? Anyways, Lunchy, I love you. Are you just hungry? You need to go pee-pees? Hungry? You're a hungry girl? Okay. We'll feed you soon. That's just my Lunchy right there. She likes to show up at whatever she wants, and we gotta pay attention to her. I love my Lunchy. She is pretty good. She does eat a lot of chicken. That's right. She does eat a lot of chicken. And what's up, Memento Mori? Nice to see you. Happy New Year. Always a pleasure. What is up to Mayhem K8? Never seen that person before. Game Era, whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but you know what? Welcome. The Prime Minister Fumio Kishida says it's very extensive damage has been confirmed, including numerous casualties, building collapses, and fires. We have to race against time and to search for the victims of the disaster. So, I mean, is this like a message to us from the world that guess what? Shit's gonna get fucked up.
To collapse and trigger tsunami warnings. Now, Japan's meteorological agency has lifted all tsunami advisories for areas along the Sea of Japan following a magnitude of 7.6 earthquake on Monday afternoon. And the agency said that since Monday, Japan has been hit by 155 earthquakes. Thousands of people living in coastal areas have spent the night in evacuation centers after being told to head to higher ground as well. U.S. President Joe Biden says the U.S. Stands ready to provide any necessary assistance. My colleague Nupur has the details.
Shit, we're going to be doing assistance for that shit too. So I went ahead and went to Google or whatever and looked up earthquake, and you'll notice that there's actually a lot of earthquakes that happened today. So like we got Suju, Ichikawa right there, December 1st, December 31st. We got January 1st, Long Beach, California, another one in Japan, one in China. We got another one happening. There's just been a lot of fucking earthquakes happening all over the place, not just one spot, not just another spot, whatever. It's a lot. Like, even if I go with the latest earthquake map, you can see within the last couple of days, even over here in like California, over at the geysers, the geo geysers, the ones that are heated by the movement of the lava and stuff like that. They had earthquakes over at the geysers that spit out the super hot steamy water or whatever. Nothing to be worried about, bitches, right? We had one of them that happened in Baywood in Los Ascos, California. There was another one that happened out here in Rancho Palo Verde, California. All of these are happening here. Have you guys ever heard of an earthquake happening in Yellowstone, Montana? Isn't that one of those places where there's a lot of geothermal activity that's happening out there? Yeah. I don't know. It feels like the world might be a little bit under pressure. I mean, holy shit. There was a goddamn freaking earthquake in New Mexico, for crying out loud. That shit never happens out over there. Yeah. Yeah. If you could see that, it's kind of clear. And if you notice, all of the activity in California seems to be centered around the fault line, the same fault line that they used to talk about, where one day this part of California is going to fall off of the world because of an earthquake and it's going to go into the ocean. Just pointing that out. I don't know if that's actually going to happen in our lifetime, but even down here towards Honduras and Nicaragua, we have a couple more earthquakes in that same region. Although it's along a different fault line, this is a smaller plate that's definitely had a lot of activity. We got stuff over here in Puerto Rico, and then then you move on over here. And a lot of this tsunami warnings are going to be for North Korea, South Korea, Japan, and stuff like that, because, it's literally happening right here in the middle, and you could just see this huge stack of earthquakes that are all happening simultaneously pretty much in the same region, which is very close, again, to a fault line, which is, I guess you would have to say, would be normal. But, what does this mean for the whole entire area? I don't know. Is fucking Japan going to crack in half because there's a goddamn fault line running down the middle of the motherfucker? Maybe. I don't know. There was even shit that happened in India, bro. And it's all happening at once, right? This is stuff that's happening worldwide. I'm not just talking about one spot, let's see if we can get this whole thing. Okay, this zoom in on that sucks. But literally all down Alaska, across the thing, everything seems to be crumbled upon, and it's just kind of crazy. And holy shit, somebody sent to somebody. Somebody sent to somebody. Thank you to Virginia Olsen for the $5 super chat for the Lunchy Fund. We appreciate that for the Lunchy Chicken Fund. Yep, Lunchy's got a expensive taste, and she likes eating chicken, and that right there is at least a plate of a couple pieces of chicken for all us to enjoy. Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate you being here with us. And thanks again to Virginia Olsen for that donation. Now let's just see if our little thing over here will pop it up. Okay, yeah, I can actually play it right now. Let's see. There it goes. Wait. Why is the alert box way over there? Oh, there you go. Virginia Olsen, $5 super chat. Woo! We appreciate you, Virginia Olsen. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for sure. And sure, maybe there's going to be microquakes and stuff all the time. It's just a little bit weird, a little bit strange. Even on the CNN Worldwide, there hasn't been too many updates, but they said that the death toll has at least risen from the Japan quakes to at least 15 people after the 7.5 magnitude earthquake rocked them. Kind of like a hurricane, but more like an earthquake. Anyways, more than 45,000 homes are without power following the earthquake. And you could see how some of these houses have basically crumbled apart because not much is going to be able to stand a 7.5 magnitude earthquake. And one thing, though, is that they, I guess, lifted all the tsunami advisory warnings because the tsunami waves that were about 4 feet high along Japan's western coast seem to have been the biggest problem that happened with it. And furthermore, it seems that Japan's basically the one that's serving the whole entire brunt of the situation, which is okay, right now they're calling it the 2024 Sea of Japan earthquake, where mild tsunamis were generated along the Sea of Japan, and it was a big problem. But now basically they're just trying to save people. They're trying to make sure that they can actually get people out of that situation, because obviously that sucks. If there's an earthquake, what you go do? You gonna run outside in the cold and the snow? Yeah. You gonna stand in a doorway? I don't know. What I do know is that it's pretty good. Yeah, dude, we don't really care about the Dutchanese channel or any of that stuff that you're saying. Can you please stop spamming our chat with nonsense? Appreciate it. Anyways, it's I don't understand why everybody wants to point out these other people. I don't care what they do. We're doing what I do because it's my show. That's why it sucks. If you want to talk about their show, go to their show. Ugh. So tired of that shit. So tired of that shit. Anyways, powerful earthquakes. I mean, I have heard from all of the different YouTube channels that always talk about earthquakes and stuff like that. Obviously, there was zero ability for them to predict any of this stuff because, I mean, it would have been all over the place because they've tried to do that 100 times before. And it's like nobody knew anything like this was going to be happening. But what we do know is that maybe it's got something to do with the coronal mass ejections that are going on. Usually that kind of cosmic pressure is going to affect the Earth in a myriad of different ways, causing more, I don't know, what would you call it, earthquakes? Usually is what the case is that some people have been putting forward, but do we actually know what's happening with it? No, because it's one of those situations where we're just looking at the news and making a determination. So, like, honestly, a lot of folks don't really know. I mean, I've watched BP Earthwatch and a whole bunch of these other guys, and I mean, sure, you can have whatever data that you like. Nothing that you're getting from the internet is going to be perfect, period. Unless you set up your own seismometers and you got your own computer systems and you're doing all that shit yourself. Acting like you're the authority on it really just makes you look like fucking jackass, now doesn't it? It does, but hey, we actually got ourselves another super chat right here. What the hell? We got super chats coming out. Man, this show doesn't make any money. What you do? Thank you for Mental Mario. We appreciate your 2024 donation. I see what you did there. Very smart of you. Obviously, 2024 is going to need a natural disaster fund. Yes, yep, that's right. We're going to have to fund that too. We're going to have the Japanese Sea of Japan earthquake disaster fund 2024. How much are we going to send them? We're going to send them $1 billion? We're going to send them a couple million? Like, how much are we going to send them? I don't know. I'm not the guy that's managing the funds or anything like that, so I don't really care about any of that shit. Yeah. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, though. It just doesn't make a lot of sense at all, actually. So, are we worried about volcanoes going off? I mean, yeah, I guess we would be a little bit worried about volcanoes going on. Mostly, I only care about, like, where I'm at because, you know, if there's going to be more activity over here, it's about a state away from where I'm at. I'm more worried about what's happening over here in the California region because it's much closer to where I live, and I really only care about where I live. You know, like, all the rest of y'all, I tried to help you. I've shown you all the signs, and if you're not in a safe place right now, well, you might be fucked, okay? I'm just being honest with you. There's a reason that I chose to move here. There's a reason that all of this happened is because I'm going to survive. I don't know about y'all, wherever the fuck you're living, but here we'll be all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to make it. The rest of y'all, I don't fucking know, though. Just being honest. Just being honest, okay? Just being honest. Hi. Hey, Mr. Blacksmith, I see you out there in the chat. I just had to shout you out, a new person out there saying what's going on. And then we missed Jets Mess. Hello, whoever you are. I don't think I've ever seen you before. And to the wonderful CV, happy 2024 to everybody. We appreciate you on that. Yes, we do. Yeah, most of these people need to worry about, like, I don't know, maybe actually learning how to swim. I don't know, need to worry about having to worry about learning to swim or anything like that. No. So I think the most part is just kind of like crazy, dude. This whole thing is crazy. Let's see. Earthquake map. Where's that big old 3D projection one? Let's see. Nevada Seismological Lab. Recent earthquakes around the world. Where's that one that was really cool? Ah, yes. The earthquake maps. Let's see. So we didn't really have anything to worry about, but oh, look at that. In Reno and outwards from where I am. 124.27. 1.9 magnitude earthquake, and then we had a 1.4 magnitude earthquake detected at the UNR campus today. Which really makes me worried because, you know, that just really tells me that there's going to be a lot more activity going over here at the basin itself. Because eventually that shit's going to get rocked like a fucking hurricane and shit like that. But this is just from the Nevada side of things. Here's that other weird one that is put together by the seismic map. You could see a lot of the different locations and stuff like that are still available. But yeah, I don't even know what our elevation is here. Let's see what's this? Oh, this is the earthquake map from Berkeley. Huh. What are these from? Portola on the 28th. 28th. I'm in Alaska and I'm being attacked by a moose. And dude, if you're getting attacked by a moose, you're kind of fucked, dude. Mooses are big. Mooses be big as fuck. Yeah, dude. Where's that big ass, like 3D? Maybe it's a 3D map. That's the one I put in. Enter like that. Ah, yes. Here's the rest of the interactive one. Oh yeah, this is that one. You guys remember this one right here? Yeah, dude. Let's go to the one day and. Yeah, we want the magnitudes to be shown, and we also want to see outside angles. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. There's the 7-day forecast, right? Seward, Alaska is the best place in Alaska. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know if they're actually there. So I keep looking at all of this stuff, and then, yeah, let's just go ahead and... Goodbye. Anyways. So, yeah, looking at all these different maps and shit doesn't really give me a whole entire trend function. It is really cool, though, seeing how they've, like, expanded the technology at least a little bit. Either way, this is what we're actually going over. I wonder if that BP Earth Watch guy still has his website up. Let's see. Oh, yeah, BP. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Oh, yes, the BP Earthwatch. Earthquakes. Let's see what he's got. Oh, yeah, he uses the USGS like I do. I forgot that. Yeah. Now, which one would I want to look at here? Look at the SDO. And then we can look at the CB tracker, and we should probably look at Soho, Alaska, and the Space Weather Webs one. And let's see, where's the meteorological, the live meteor, sat flare, space weather, polar drift. I don't really care about that one right now. We'll look at the stereo too, and the UV index. So let's look. Well, let's just take a look at the sun right now. This is what it looks like right now. What a beautifully terrifying image. Very beautifully terrifying image right there. Let's see. There's another one right there from the SDO. Definitely looking a bit active. Look at all the flares over here on this side. And then you got a big one building here, more building here, a lot of activity out here. The sun is pissed, bro. You can see how pissed it is in this one, because this one actually will give you the filaments. You can see the filaments building across because, you know, like the sun's a gigantic ball of plasma or whatever spraying out in all directions, but the plasma still seems to conjugate itself into really wispy looking tendrils and shit. So yeah, mighty active. And a lot of people believe that there's some kind of connection in between the CME sections that we're getting hit with right now and the recent earthquakes and volcanoes. But you'd have to be some kind of meteorologist and get all kinds of like shit in order to claim any of that shit, which I have none of. So I'm just saying, hey, let's just check out the pretty fucking pictures and take a fucking look at it, because it's going to be fucking sick. It's going to be sick, right? And according to the Enlil solar prediction, like we are getting rocked right now, I believe. Like, you know, there is stuff that's hitting us right there. You can see that. What? Boom, bitch. We just got fucked up, bro. Oh, my God. Holy shit. So it was like, what we're looking at is that this is the sun, right? And then the sun, the green shit and the red shit and stuff like that, that's the bad stuff. So 1600, if we go back right here, you can see that when it initially went out, it was at the maximum scale that could be read, meaning that it was over scale. So yeah, if you look at the little green dot right there, that's us. And we totally got the shit whacked out of us, which means that the solar wind solar flare hit the fuck out of us, and maybe there is a connection point into this entire thing. Looking at the actual thing, it's almost an immediate type deal, like direct hit, which means that this is the prediction for tomorrow. Remember? See, it says 1/2/2024, which means that this is probably going to happen again, because yesterday we got hit with the same thing. But right now, we're getting chunked with, a velocity in between 900 and 550 generally. And there's still portions of the plasma that actually hit us that were traveling at least 1,000. So, yeah. Big hits. Big hits. And this image right here was created on 1/1/11 Universal Standard Time. So yes, there could be a gigantic connection in between these particular things, but the overall of this entire situation is that, goddamn, son, we're getting fucking hit right now, bro. We're getting hit like crazy, like a bigger. And then it says right here, brace for impact. A CME is expected to graze Earth's magnetic field today, January 2nd. Normally, grazing impacts have a little effect, but this one might be different. The CME hurled into space is the strongest solar flare of solar cycle 25, an X5 class explosion on New Year's Eve. First G1 class geomagnetic storms that are likely to happen when the CME arise, and if you would like, you can get SMS alerts from the CMEs. So the first auroras of the year have already cracked open, but the thing here is that, the image that they showed us for what was happening is a prediction for tomorrow, but the same thing happened on New Year's Eve and didn't hit us until today, when all of a sudden all of this activity started happening all across the globe. And what they're saying is that a crack opened up in the Earth's magnetic field and solar winds poured through the gap and fueled the first auroras of 2024, also probably fueling the latest earthquakes that we just seen happening, which is a huge problem for some people, I would have to think, right? Like, it makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it? Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. Yeah, you're calling it with the case of the CMEs? That's good. Yeah, the big problem would be saying is that if you live in a place where normally you can't see the northern lights and you look up and you see the northern lights, you should be very afraid, because that's a fucking problem. You shouldn't be seeing that shit, right? Yeah, shouldn't be seeing that shit. So space weather aside, yes, we know there was a lot of shit going on, and there was also people talking about at least 7 fireballs that were seen over the night that don't have anything to do with any type of, what do you call those things? Fireworks. Yes. Fireworks. I don't know. Just looking at all the space weather cameras and models and stuff, even the geomagnetic activity, it's definitely seeming like we're in a little bit of a phase right now, my friends. It seems like we might be in a little bit of a problem, my friend. Yeah, I think we're actually in a fucking problem. I don't think that this is going to get any easier or whatever, but, there's really not much that we're going to be able to talk about with it. Even though the X-ray flux seems to have peaked, we're not getting hit with huge amounts of it. So it seems a little bit crazy, right? Yeah, all the crypto people should be sweating balls. I'm not. I'm not a crypto person. Anyways, I don't stick around with that. I don't fit with that. What's that right there? Latest Sechi beacon image. Stereo space weather telemetry is a very low rate. Yeah, the sun just looks angry as fuck. Hey, wait a minute. How come we don't have any data from the MILSO? Hey now, excuse me. Yeah, why don't? Oh, Mauna Loa Solar Observatory. Yeah, of course. Forgot. That place kind of got fucked up. Place kind of got fucked up a little bit, bros. So what do we really have to say is that, I don't know, man. big earthquakes happening in places all around the world seems like a huge fucking problem. Okay, and it does seem like there is a connection with at least a little bit of the solar activity that seems to be happening in this particular situation. It's not something that you normally would be seeing, I don't think. I don't know, to be perfectly honest, but I do know that we've looked into this a few times at least, and, you know, with for the most part, we are paying attention to the sun, and I mean, I believe that there is a connection going on between the space weather and the stuff that we're seeing right now. But the fact is that the sun is made its biggest attack to date, right? But it's at the very beginning of the cycle. So that means that generally speaking, the way things usually happen is that, you know, the first time's not going to be the baddest. There's going to be a lot more, and they're going to be bigger. So maybe it is just a phase. I don't know. It's a bit different than what happened in 2011 in Japan, because remember, there was a gigantic tsunami that happened in Japan, but the difference here is where it happened, right? You know, the other time that it was actually not, it was there, but it was in a space that was going to be able to create a lot more wave motion. And here, it being so close to the prefecture, it did create waves and displace some water, but not in the same way that it did back in 2011, right? Which caused, I don't know, a whole lot of bad shit going on over there. Oh, right. Oh, so do you guys remember that there was that whole, you know, like nuclear power plant or whatever that stopped working correctly? And a lot of people had some problems. Yeah, I remember. I remember. Do you remember? Yeah, I don't know if you remember or not. Yeah, I guess we're all just working in the cycles. Yes, let's work at the cycles, my friends. We could plot the earthquakes. We could look at them, and we could find out what kind of things are happening in the cycles. Damn, son. Wow. Other crazy shit happening in the world today. I mean, it's a little bit weird considering that, I don't know why Japan seems to be a hotspot for activity. So Japan had an earthquake, and while the same shit was happening, while that earthquake shit was happening in Japan, just across the sea in Japan, over in South Korea, the former presidential candidate Lee Jae-myung was stabbed in the neck during a fucking press conference. I'm not making this up. Here is a photograph that is at least showing you them tending to his neck wound. No blood, thank God. But yeah, somebody stabbed this mofo in the neck, dog. And it was like right across the way. It's like earthquake happened, dude got stabbed in the neck. It's just crazy. I mean, we started the year off with the bang. They're saying that he was taken to a hospital and he was placed in serious condition, and that the assailant that stabbed him in the neck is now in police custody. And I mean, we don't really know what's going on, but it might have any connection to North Korea saying that the military should thoroughly annihilate the U.S. and South Korea if provoked. Oh, yeah? You guys? Oh, that's great, dude. That sounds awesome. But yeah, I don't know why this dude got stabbed in the neck. I'm not really up on the whole politics side of things for North and South Korea, but it seems like that's kind of a fucked up situation if you ask me. I mean, shakes and shanks are the easiest way to start the new year, as our friend Christina says in the chat. Nice to see you, Christina. Pleasure to have you with us this evening. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, of course. So, yeah, people getting stabbed in the neck. We should probably be worried about that, right? You know, that seems like a big problem. I don't know. Feels like there's going to be some ass shit hanging out about that shit, but whatever, dude. Whatever. In another flurry of craziness. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I used to be a fan of Green Day's music a long time ago. You know, there's still some songs that I think that are pretty good, but one thing that I really just disapprove of is like music bands and actors and all these other dumb fucks that, you know, like fucking pretend for a living, trying to come forward and tell you how you should think, and utilizing their music to basically alienate 75 million Americans and shit like that. Yeah, kind of fucked up, but you know what? This is what Green Day did on their New York New Year's celebration. Let's just take a listen. Green Day. All right, bro. I love Green Day. He just used an epitaph, the F word. You're not allowed to say that word. I got kicked out of Cobra TV because they asked me to say it, and you know what? They blurted out, but they called him a and I mean, honestly, I think that was part of their song before, but now we're gonna get into the change. You're not a part of the MAGA agenda? Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, everybody, let's do the propaganda. Wow, just like a little tiny change in there. It just makes all the difference, doesn't it? Damn, dog. Green Day says that if you want to make America great again, if you like the shithole that we live in now that just sucks, I mean, you know what? You're a piece of shit, and you're an F word, and you're all these kinds of things. Yeah. Yeah. Green Day sucks. Green Day sucks, but you know what? At least he's getting paid. You know, he's getting paid. Oh yeah, listen to me using my fucking music to be all political and shit.
From quote,
yeah,
I'm not a.
Yeah, quote unquote. Think about that shit, dude. That's what they're doing to us now. This is how they're actually treating people that just want to see the country, I don't know, be good again. And not be run by fucking weirdos who change their gender and pretend for a living. You know, like, I understand that LARPs can be LARPs or whatever, but we don't let religious LARPs run the country at the same time. We're not going to let, you know, your LARP run the country. I mean, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But, you know, these are the people that we're up against. Idiot millionaires who play characters.
It's nice. New Year's Eve performance to take a dig at former President Trump and his supporters. Lead
like,
singer,
are they so
Billie
afraid?
Joe Armstrong changing the words of American Idiot from, quote, I'm not a part of a redneck agenda to this. I'm not a part of a MAGA agenda.
Yeah, dude. MAGA agenda is now the redneck agenda. If you a MAGAN, you a redneck, yo. You love God, you love freedom. Well, that ain't the America that you live in anymore, bitch.
This isn't the first time the band has slammed Trump. Back in 2016, Armstrong changed the lyrics for the song Holiday to say, pulverize the Trump towers. Just fantastic. During last night's New Year's Eve performance.
So, are they NPCs? Are they sellouts? Yes, of course they are. They've been for a long time. But it's just so funny how the news media and these different agendas get pulled together because they probably asked them to do that, right? They asked them to do that. You know, we want to make that subtle little dig and we're going to make everybody seem like they're having a whole bunch of fun. Even though nobody wants to be here at this fucking New Year's party, nobody gives a shit about it. Yeah, that's what we're generally having to deal with all the time. Yeah. And I mean, think about it, guys, that if that's going to be the way that the world is going to roll for us nowadays, how are we supposed to really push forward? I mean, there's a lot of folks in the music business that I know that stay apolitical for a reason because they know that it's career suicide. But there's so many rock bands and other individuals that are huge personalities that have literally no brain to speak of, right? Like, they didn't make all of their money because their music was good. They made all of their money because they signed a contract with a bunch of assholes who made their music good and promoted the shit out of it and collected all the money on it. Their music was never that great. It was just the air of greatness that was applied to it from the people they signed contracts with. You know, the ones that they signed their souls over to the devil or whatever. That's how Hollywood works. That's why I was never popular in Hollywood. Is because I wouldn't sign my soul over to anybody, and I was much smarter than the average bear. So, you know what, numbers started to come up and contracts started to be thrown around. I was like, yo, this is garbage. I'm not taking this. Like, I'd rather be fucking poor and not have any money than have to deal all this shit for you. Suck a dick. But it's where we're at right now. And, 2024 is an election year, folks. The election's coming up. If you haven't forgotten about it, who's it going to be? Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or any of those other dipshits that are on the fucking ticket? Like that Vivek Ramaswamy guy, or fucking Nikki Haley, or who the fuck else? I don't even know. Who are the presidential candidates? I guess I should look that up because... yeah, presidential candidate. 2024 presidential candidates. I looked it up. So let's see. According to the U.S. presidential election, who are the candidates? We got Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, Asa Hutchinson, and Joe Biden, Marianne Williamson, Dean Phillips, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Cornel West, Jill Stein. So basically a star-studded cast of losers with one winner in the scene. And I call Donald Trump a winner because, right now, I like Trump. I don't like any of the psyops and shit that are going on around this situation and stuff. But, I mean, as far as I've seen, I haven't seen a candidate that's going to be better than him. But I don't predict that he's going to win the election. I mean, I just don't see it happening. And there's a number of reasons why. But I'm not going to get into any of those reasons why, because I think that and I know that the discussion or even having a discussion about it would be a major problem for me and anyone else. I mean, it's crazy. He got beat by Joe Biden. Joe Biden got all those votes. And do we really think that Joe Biden's going to be able to keep those votes? I mean, God, I hope not. But what do we really know? I don't know. I really hope that a bunch of Americans have realized that they fucked up royally and make the right decision. But then again, I understand how Americans operate, and I get it. That they're probably not going to make the right decision, and they're not going to save the country, and they're just going to let these people fucking keep railroading us. And you know what? What can we really do? I don't know. Hope for a draft, maybe? No? Change it up? Show this new generation that they're not actually willing to fight for the place that they live in. Show that, and then it's all over, folks. Because that's where we're at right now. Like, if we had to go to war right now, all of these fucking soft-ass little bitches that are younger than me nowadays aren't going to be going. They're going to be coming up with every fucking reason under the sun why they don't want to go, why they don't want to fight. And it's going to be up to all of us forgotten assholes that are old as fuck to basically come in, volunteer, and fix it all for them, only for them to fuck us over, which is just going to be a bad situation, bro. It's a bad situation. Oh, shit. What's up, Scarred Citizen? How you doing, bro? Yep, I'm streaming, just doing my normal talk show bullshit over here, but I do thank you for that Avenger Titan. Yeah, that's right. I wanted an Avenger Titan from this guy. I did it. I was a member on his YouTube channel, and then I actually fucking won something. Shit's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. I never win any. I fucking never win shit. But I won that. Yes. Yes. Oh, well, though. I mean, guys, we still have to even see if they're going to let Trump be on half of the ballots. So it feels like from now till fucking November, talking about anything political is going to be a problem. There's going to be a lot of people that get really popular for having opinions during this time. We're going to see a lot more talking heads blow up. We're going to see a lot new people coming into the scene. So if you're looking to be popular and you want to get fucked over at the same time, maybe even try to get into it. I don't know. I personally am not going to have any connection to that shit. No, sure. No fucking sir, bro. No, sir. But one thing that I saw on Reddit today that really made me wonder is that our good friends, the Jews over in Israel, and their prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, have proposed a bill to make it illegal to spread the word of Jesus in Israel. Not even playing. Not even Netanyahu
to stop a bill proposed by members of his coalition to make it criminal to tell people about Jesus in Israel.
A big story just before days before Palm Sunday, Good Friday, and Easter. Sacred time for Christians. Two ultra-Orthodox members of Prime Minister Netanyahu's coalition have introduced a bill that would punish believers for sharing the gospel of Jesus with prison time. United Torah Judaism Knesset members Moshe Gafni and Yaakov Asher introduced legislation last week making it illegal to share in conversation or produce content online, in print, or by mail. Their explanation of the bill emphasizes a warning to stop Christians in particular. The punishment, 1 year in prison or 2 years for sharing with someone under the age of 18.
Huh. Damn, dude, don't you guys just love and supporting Israel? They support us, us Christians and Catholics, and they let us pray. Wait, no, we don't. No. Yeah, dude. It's kind of crazy that we have this like right wing, like super right wing party now in control of Israel. They're doing all this like crazy right wing shit, like genocide and stuff like that. And now they're like even mating it out and being like, yo, you can't preach the word of Jesus here. You're going to get arrested and thrown in prison. The fuck, bro? Like what? That's where he died. Where y'all fucking killed him, you motherfuckers. Like, are you fucking serious, bro? So you want to get rid of all the Christians and you want to get rid of all the fucking Arabs? That seems wrong. I'm going to say, that seems very wrong. That doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem like a thing that should be happening. But guess what? It is happening. Well, it's at least being proposed. It hasn't been made a law yet, but the idea here is just putting it out there is that, well, you know what? There's really no opposition for them to say that it's not going to happen. So think about it. Your taxpayer dollars are going into their expansionary tactics. We're basically investing in Israel so that they can expand their empire and do whatever they like. And now they're saying basically, yeah, in the near future, you're not going to even be able to talk about Jesus around here because we're really sick and tired of you guys blaming us for his death. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Kind of seems fucking crazy, dude. Doesn't seem normal. Doesn't seem right. It just seems like, you know, we're looking at a situation that's getting rocked into a bunch of different places. And I mean, that's nuts, dude. Like, that's probably one of the biggest things that I've seen on this whole entire thing that I've just been like, you guys like fucking crazy, bro. I mean, I can't even play the video from John Oliver, but John Oliver actually put it out there pretty plainly that people on the cabinet for the Israeli government are, in fact, some of them are already convicted war criminals and shit like that. So it's like, I don't know what's happening over there, dude. And I don't know why we're supporting it, but you know what? I don't really think that we're ever going to be able to change it, dude. I just think that this has been an issue that has been very, very, very bad. Like, hugely bad. Almost in like a way that we don't even understand how to deal with it anymore. And it's like, the world is pushing us up into two different places, right? So like, we've had this conflict in Israel-Hamas for now, and it's opened up a very big hole in people's ideology, right? That same hole was only cracked open when we started digging into the whole Ukraine versus Russia situation, and then a bunch of people started like taking back when they were like, wait a minute, some of these, like, this Ukrainian people are actually fucking Nazis, and they got Nazi shit on them. That's kind of fucked up. And then out of nowhere, you know, like, if you were standing with Ukraine, in some people's eyes, you were standing with Nazis, but then, you know, if you weren't standing with them, you were for Russia, is a big problem. And that really kind of, like, made things go awry. But now we're bringing this whole Israel-Hamas Arab war thing happening, which has been a problem for many, many years, much longer than anything going on in fucking Ukraine and Russia or whatever. Like, this thing's been going on since the Nakba in like 1948, when a bunch of Israelis basically started murdering people so that they could take their land. And we gotta just let it happen, you know? And it's only been going up since then, to be perfectly frank. And sure, people have done bad shit on both sides, but as far as it is now, you know, we're the ones that are supporting it. And we have to ask ourselves if this is something that we want to be supporting, because a majority of our politicians seem to be all up in arms about it, like wanting to support it, do it all there. But maybe it has something to do with their ties to individuals, people that they have in there. I don't know. What I do know is that the disinformation is big. The disinformation is big in this situation. And how are we supposed to support either side? I mean, I don't know. I don't support genocide. I definitely don't support a critical white-right government. It's kind of funny, actually, if you think about it. Like, they said Trump was like ultra white ring, okay? He was like ultra white ring. They're fucking changing everything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing that Trump ever did comes even close to what they're doing right now in Israel, which is fucking crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy. Yo, what up, Chesh, fellow YouTube personality and star? It has been a while since you've been able to catch a live, but yes, I am live, and we're in charge. That's right. That's right. And think about it, like, I don't like to get into this political theater that has to do with the Israel situation, but I mean, basically, I feel like this next election is going to be decided on that point, right? Like, it's going to be a situation where candidates are either going to be pro-Israel, or they're going to get tons of money and they're going to be able to complete their campaigns, or they're not. And there's going to even be a larger subsections of individuals that are pro-Trump that are going to say, hey, I don't like Trump's policies and the way that he has supported Israel over this time, and maybe I need to make a change. And I mean, that's going to be the make or break factor, I think, here. Right? Like, that's going to be the make or break factor whether Trump is even going to be a threat, right? Because that's the main threat that he has of himself. And it's something that he's created for himself that's being built up. And sure, Biden is trying to show that he's super pro-Israel and supporting everything, but his party and his constituency seems to be greatly not on the same side as him on this situation, which I think will create a little bit of a fudge up for him. But ultimately, I think the Democrats are smart enough to realize is that shit doesn't matter, and deciding a vote based on Israel is going to be the huge problem. But the thing is that the MAGA people are probably going to do that shit anyway from what we've seen from them. So that's what I think is going on, at least in that situation. Jesus Christ. Like, this whole entire point here is that we have Dumb and Dumber that are fucking running it. I'm going to call Trump dumb, and I'm going to call Joe Biden dumber. And I say Trump is dumb for obvious reasons. I mean, the biggest reasons probably being the people that he surrounded himself with that allowed to basically fuck this whole fucking thing up in the first place. I mean, like, that's all on him. But is he going to be able to take on the machine this next go around? I mean, I don't know. Remains to be seen. Right now, I'm saying that the percentage chance is very low. It could be raised up higher, but it's really going to end up being on and about the people, right? And it seems like they're forcing us to try to fight about Ukraine. They're forcing us to try to fight about this whole Israeli thing. But the reality is it's just a dissension tactic because they want to make sure that they can still get just enough votes. And I mean, honestly, this election, if Joe Biden doesn't get 80 million plus votes or whatever, I'm going to be asking a lot of big fucking questions. Like, how'd that fucking happen? Like, how do you lose that much? We don't really know what's going to go, but we do know is that there's a choice to be made, and it seems like if the candidates are going to be pro this Israeli thing, they're probably going to be successful. And we know that Trump has been in the past pro this Israeli thing. So honestly, who do you think is a better president to the Jewish lobby? That's the question. Is it Trump or is it Biden? Because that's where the decision's going to be being made, right? Probably. Think about that. That's the machine that you're really going to be seeing in action. And I guarantee it, you're going to be seeing a lot of that stand with Israel, this stuff, and a lot of different people's like messaging. And I believe that the Democrats that aren't pushing that kind of messaging are just going to be fucking falling off the table. Same thing with the Republican candidates. If they're not pushing that pro-Israel message, they're not going anywhere, dude. And I mean, these are just facts, right? These are just facts that we've seen repeated consistently for time and time again. Yeah. Yeah. Orange Man Bad is not a good platform. Yeah, no, it isn't a good platform at all. I don't think that it has been a good platform for them for a very, very long time. But at the same time, like, what else do they have? They kind of spent a lot of money putting it up like that. So that's what they're going to roll with. At least that's what I think. And on top of all of it, like, they already have this crazily polarizing. I mean, what's more polarizing? Trump versus Biden or Israel versus Hamas / Palestine? What? Right? What could be considered to be more subversive? And I think that that's what we're actually happening. Yeah, everybody wants normalcy, no war, and safety, but it's just that the only president that we had that under was Trump, right? We had some semblance of normalcy. We didn't have any wars, and shit was basically going all right. I mean, there was a bunch of people bitching, but they were just bitching to bitch. Let's be real. They're just bitching to bitch. Shit was great. Great. They were just bitching because, like, these things that were like, didn't matter. They wanted to make them a thing. And now, many years later, right, we're out of it. And look at how things are going now. And sure, we can't blame Biden directly for a majority of it. But fuck you. Yes, I can. Actually, I'm going to totally blame him for it. Because that's how we've gotten in this position. Sure, gas prices are going down. But yeah, the shit that used to cost me $20 at the fucking grocery store now costs me $70. Yeah. Gonna be super happy about that, I think. That's what I think. What I want to know is who's the man behind the curtain and who is really controlling the sticks, but we're never going to be able to figure that shit out, guys. So I think it's up to us this year to just stay as completely unpolitical or as possible, right? Because right now, any political jargon, any political jive, any political bullshit is just going to create problems, right? It's going to be a problem situation. And I think that the only thing that you should be doing, or the only thing that you can be doing that's going to be at least understandable, would be to just stick to yourself. Stay on your own. Don't be fucking going around and try to do all that shit. If you want to participate, fine, go participate, knock on doors, do all that bullshit. Realize that I think that people are already 100% set in their ways, and I don't think that there's going to be any change in anybody's mind this time around. Oh no. And I mean, even if Biden gets back in by some grace or a miracle, like, what does that just mean for us? It just means that we're going to get another 4 years of the same shit. So patting down the hatches, hope and pray that something else is going to be happening, because, like, I mean, right now, yeah. What is that? I guess there's no more Green Day. I guess there's no more Green Day. Yeah. Honestly, are thoughts and prayers going to work? No, thoughts and prayers never work on anything, right? Thoughts and prayers aren't going to be working because you're dealing with individuals that have no semblance of, what would be the correct word? They have no semblance of morality, because morality isn't rooted in anything spiritual. So you got to look at it in the situation as such, is that right now they're trying to make it about a spiritual thing. We're supposed to be standing with Israel because it's going to save us, and we're doing the right thing by God, even though these motherfuckers don't know anything about God, right? See what I'm saying? You see how it's being used? They're using one LARP to fuck over another LARP and invent a new type of LARP, which is insanely brilliant, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's really going to make any difference for them in any way, shape, or form. Nope. Yeah. It's like a LARPception. Yeah, that's right. It's a LARPception. And I mean, for a lot of people, like Scared Citizen said, it's like morals are dead, right? Morals are a religious construct, and when you don't have a religious basis for your life, your moral, where do your morals come from? I don't know. I mean, you're not going to use, like, the Bible to explain it, But even more so, the more that I'm going through life today, I feel like a lot of people are just completely lost in the sauce. You know, it's all about now, the me, believe me, listen to me, it's about me, my opinion, so on and so forth. I feel like so much of America has been lost into this situation where they don't care about the idea of America. They don't care about supporting America. There's still people out there that do, you know, the ones that joined the military and fight for the country, that still believe in the idea of the American dream, or now the American LARP, because I mean that shit doesn't exist anymore. But you know what? You could still LARP your ass into thinking it does. You know, it's hard. It's hard, right? Because you could totally come up with a different way. You know, here I am wearing my like Celtic garb, right? You know, I got my fucking Futhark runes and shit like that. And I mean, even morality in other types of religions can be found. But, you know, like if you look into the past history of human beings, you know, generally what's thought to be good and right, and the idea of morality, which spawned into the creation of consciousness, or the idea of consciousness, is kind of like a religious thing, no matter which way you look at it. Whether it was that Arab dude, them Viking motherfuckers, them Ching Changs, I mean, whoever the fuck it was, right? We're all just following some other dude's LARP from like 2,000 years ago. So that's what we do. So I think here, it's the new year. We're starting it off with the bang. We got earthquakes happening, which we should always be worried about, because, you know, like natural disasters are how, you know, a lot of these book things talk about it, right? They talk about things happening that are going to be weird, you know, future events, predictions, that sort of thing. And I mean, still the craziest prediction that I've had is that prediction about the solar flare that destroys the world and kills everybody. What do they call it? The kill shot, right? The thing that the people that remote view into the future can't see past. All they see is a bright flash of light from a CME, and then everything else is just darkness afterwards because everybody died. I hope that doesn't happen. I mean, I'm still kind of betting on the whole Pappas meteorite thing happening, where we got like our own fucking Armageddon shit, where we send the drilling team up into space and they fucking put the nuke on the motherfucker and blow it up. I think that shit would be tight, but that's still not going to be till like 2029, 2032. I mean, we know it's going to be close on 2029, but it's probably going to be 4 years after that, you know, 2023 maybe. I don't know. But yeah, big ass fucking rock. So, you know, we got things that we have to make it through, I think. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like so sick of this like back and forth, because the Trump shit gets old fast, right? And even more so, I haven't seen a goddamn piece of information that would make me even want to think about voting for anyone else. And you literally, I think my vote this year is just going to be a fuck you vote. That's my vote. It's just like, fuck you. Suck it. Because I don't agree with half of the people out there and their political ideologies and shit anymore. But honestly, I just don't give a fuck anymore. Yep. I'm voting for the giant killer meteor of 2024. Yeah. Fuck yeah, memento worry. Fuck yeah, meteor. I'm voting for earthquake. God said that he wasn't going to hit us with the tsunami, but you know what? Flambeing us with the sun. That seems like an all right way to go. That does seem like an all right. I mean, it's going to be fast. I mean, it's going to be fast. And then you're dead. Oh. Who's like burned to ash. You know, like the people that got hit by the atomic bomb, basically, and became fucking shadows of themselves, literally, where they got blown away and the only thing that was left was their nuclear shadow. That's what's going to probably end up happening to us. I don't know, though. But what I do know is that this show's over. So I'm done. I don't really have anything else to talk about for today, other than where the fuck is the snow? Where's the snow? It's the first of the year. No snow where I'm at. Last 5 fucking years, bro, there's been a shitload of snow. Lots of snow falling down. Snow. But right now, up here in the area where it's normally snowing, even in Tahoe shit, there ain't no fucking snow. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe that's that global warming shit everybody's talking about or whatever. But I think it's more of the less is that the El Nino shit's happening. And then, like the fucking thing has moved. The whole entire world's like weather patterns and shit. So it's going to get real fucked up here real soon. But then again, that's probably just a story for another time. But yeah, it'll start snowing here pretty soon, I think. It's just that when I go onto my like super awesome camera thing about the snow and stuff, I ain't seeing no fucking snow, bro. I ain't seeing no of that damn snow, bro. I ain't seeing no snow. And it's weird to look at the cams in Lake Tahoe and not see snow. That's weird. That's weird. That's super weird. No snow. So, anyways, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys being here. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends, do all that good stuff, and we'll definitely be seeing you guys again on to the next one. We appreciate your valiant service to being here on the best worst show on the internet, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, I'm sure Snowpocalypse 2024 is coming, but it ain't here yet. So I'm chilling. Bye. The show is now over. You can go home now, but you don't have to stay here or whatever. I am just doing my thing. Bye-bye now. Hee hee.